Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today we're going to do the oral and written retell for the first grade Journeys lesson 29 and the story High Fly Guy by Ted Arnold. We're also going to do a turn and talk routine where I ask a question or questions. You're going to think about your answer. Then if you have a partner at home, you can pair up with a partner, or you can be my virtual partner. And then you're going to share out your answer in a complete sentence using the sentence frame I gave you. So before we get started, we're going to review our important words. Number one is caught. Caught means gotten a hold of, caught. Number two, took. Took means that you brought someone or something along with you. Took. Number three, listen. Listen means to try to hear. Listen. Number four, thought. Thought comes from think. Thought means that you used your mind to figure something out. Thought. Number five, minute. A minute is a very small amount of time. There are 60 seconds in a minute. Number six, beautiful. Beautiful means very pretty, beautiful. Number seven, idea. An idea is a thought or plan, idea. Number eight, friendship. Friendship is the feeling between friends, friendship. Let's go over our learning target. So repeat after me. I can retell the story, High Fly Guy, with a partner using pictures, words, and sentences. So I'm going to read it again and you can read it with me. I can retell the story, High Fly Guy, with my partner using pictures, words, and sentences. Success criteria. That means how will you know you are successful at reaching the learning target. Every lesson is like climbing a mountain, and our goal is to get to the top of the mountain and to reach our learning target. So how will you know you're successful at retelling the story? I will, and here is our roadmap for success, our steps for success. I will, number one, answer the talk about it questions. Number two, I will say and match the characters and setting. Number three, I will write or match the lesson or moral of the story, what the characters learned. Number four, I will put the retelling pictures in the correct sequence, in the correct order. And number five, I will write or match the sentences to each picture, saying what happened first, later, and last. And don't worry, we'll go over this all together, step by step. So before we get started, let's review our turn and talk rules. If you have a partner at home, number one, eye to eye and knee to knee. That means you're facing your partner and you're looking at them. Your body's facing them. Number two, first one person talks, the other person listens. Number three, then the next person talks, the other person listens. Number four, do not talk too long on your turn, or your partner will not have time to have a turn. For each question, and when you're talking with your partner or listening to me, you can say whether you agree, and you can say, I agree with you, Mrs. Pearson, because, and tell me why, or you can disagree and say, I disagree with you because. So after you listen to someone talk, you can say, I agree with you because, or I disagree with you because, and end your thought. So here's our first main event, our first picture. Look closely at the picture. To find it in our Journeys textbook, you can reread pages 121 to 123. So, who is in the picture? Think, think, think. And what is happening? So, our first question is, why did the boy catch the fly? Why did the boy catch the fly? And you can say, the boy caught the fly because. So, say it in a complete sentence and finish your thought. The boy caught the fly because. Well, the boy caught the fly because he wanted a pet. Remember, he was searching for a pet. And number two, why do you think flies? Oh, do you think flies make good pets? Do you think flies make good pets? Why or why not? So you can say, I think flies are good pets because, and tell me why. Or you can say, I think flies are not good pets because, and tell me why. Remember to say it out loud in a complete sentence. I think flies are, or I think flies are not good pets because. Well, honestly, I think flies are not good pets because they're they fly around and they're not like a dog or a cat. But because this is a fantasy story and it's funny, um, we are just going to go with it. Number two, look at the picture. If you were to look in the Journeys textbook, it's on, you can reread pages 128 to 131. Who was in the picture? Where are they? What is happening? So, number one, what is Buzz's opinion of Fly Guy? So, what does Buzz think about Fly Guy and why? Buzz thinks Fly Guy is because. So, what does he think about Fly Guy? Buzz thinks Fly Guy is because. Well, if you remember in the book, Buzz thinks Fly Guy is so smart because Fly Guy says his name, Buzz, and he thinks he's very smart. Number two, where does Buzz take Fly Guy and why? Where does he take Fly Guy and why? He takes him to because, so say in a complete sentence, he takes him to because. Well, Buzz takes him to the amazing pet show because he thinks Fly Guy is an amazing, smart pet. Look at the next major event. If you were to look in your Journeys textbook, it's on, you could reread pages 132 to 135 to answer these two questions. So look closely at the picture. Who is in the picture? What's happening? And where are they? Just to get your brain thinking. Number one, what do the judges first say about flies? What do they first say about flies? So at first, the judges say that flies. So at first, the judges say that flies. Well, at first, the judges say that flies are pests. So number two, what is Fly Guy's idea? So what does he think of, his idea, and what does he decide to do? So Fly Guy's idea is to, well, Fly Guy's idea is to impress the judges. He did fancy tricks, remember in the story and in this picture you see him doing fancy tricks. He decides to wow the judges to convince them that he is a great and smart pet. And here's our last major event. If you were to reread pages 136 to 140 in our Journeys textbook, you could answer these two questions. So look closely at the picture. Who is in the picture? And where are they? The setting, and what is happening? So number one, what other things does Fly Guy do to convince the judges that he can be a pet? What other things does he do? Fly Guy also, and so tell me two things he does. Well, I remember Fly Guy also dives into his jar, and he also says Buzz. So he says Buzz's name. Number two, what award does Fly Guy win and why? What award does Fly Guy win and why? Fly Guy wins because, so tell me what he wins. Fly Guy wins because, well, Fly Guy wins the award, and if you remember up here, it says the award for smartest pet. The judges were impressed and they said, wow, he is so smart. So he wins the award for smartest pet because Fly Guy says Buzz's name and he does tricks and he flies into his jar and they say, wow, he even knows where his home is. So let's do the retell of Hi Fly Guy. Usually in class we do a cut and paste activity, but we're going to do it digitally. So it says at the top, the main characters were, and think about the main or most important characters. Finish your thinking. The main characters were, well, they were Fly Guy and Buzz. The setting was, so where did the story take place? The setting was the setting was the neighborhood or his home and the Amazing Pet Show. Really two settings. So now we're going to go down at the bottom because I usually give you a square and you cut out the main characters, the setting, and also the lesson or the moral. So at the very bottom it says, in the end, Fly Guy and Buzz learn that they have a beautiful, what do they have? A beautiful friendship. Remember that word? They are good friends, and they would even say it's a beautiful friendship. So in the end, Fly Guy and Buzz learn that they have a beautiful friendship. So let's put our retelling pictures in the correct order or sequence. Do you remember what happened first? Think about that. What happened first? Ooh, what's going on? First, it looks like Buzz caught Fly Guy in a jar. Later, what's happening here in this picture? Later, Buzz takes Fly Guy where? He takes Fly Guy to the Amazing Pet Show. Next, do you remember this? Next, Fly Guy has an idea and he does some tricks. And last, what was in the end, last? Oh, do you remember? Fly Guy won an award. So now we're going to match the sentences to each of the pictures. So let's look at the first picture again. First, a boy named Buzz caught a fly because he wanted a pet. He took it home and showed it to his parents. So if you notice, I underlined caught and took because those were some of our important words that we reviewed at the beginning of this lesson. Later, Buzz named his pet Fly Guy. He thought he was so smart that he took him to the amazing pet show. So does that match the picture? Yes, it does. So later, Buzz named his pet Fly Guy. He thought he was so smart that he took him to the amazing pet show. So next, what goes with this picture? Next, the judges thought flies were pests, not pets. Fly Guy had an idea. He showed them fancy tricks. And last, the judges continued to watch and listen. Fly Guy said Buzz's name and dove into his jar. They decided to give him the award for smartest pet. So I'm going to reread the retell. Follow along with me. The main characters were Fly Guy and Buzz. The setting was the neighborhood or his home and the amazing pet show. First, a boy named Buzz caught a fly because he wanted a pet. He took it home and showed it to his parents. Later, Buzz named his pet Fly Guy. He thought he was so smart that he took him to the amazing pet show. Next, the judges thought flies were pests, not pets. Fly Guy had an idea. He showed them fancy tricks. Last, the judges continued to watch and listen. Fly Guy said Buzz's name and dove into his jar. They decided to give him the award for smartest pet. In the end, Fly Guy and Buzz learn that they have a beautiful friendship. Boys and girls, thank you for doing the oral and written retell with me. Have a great day.